Really, I think at South Carolina is the first place you need to start because of where it falls in the schedule in between Tennessee and LSU. Now you get the bye week before that LSU game, but at South Carolina, you've already played your stretch of Georgia, Vanderbilt, Missouri, Tennessee, and then you go to South Carolina. Will the team have enough gas to get through that 5 game stretch? And Lenore Sellers in South Carolina, I mean, they left points on the table last year here in Tuscaloosa, and I think that they're probably looking at that as a game that they really want to win, and a game that could really send them into the playoff conversation if they've handled their business before that. So I look at South Carolina being the first kind of big pitfall. Obviously, Georgia is what it is. That's going to be a heavyweight fight. You respect Georgia, and I think that Georgia really revamped its wide receiver core this year, a place where they really struggled last season. I think maybe Carson Beck got more hate than he deserved based on inadequate play at the wide receiver position. They went out and addressed that in a big, big way. So Gunnar Stockton is set up for him to be successful. I think the Georgia game is obviously one where Alabama could find itself on the wrong end of things. Now, I look at the Missouri game as a pretty big point where it's a maturity test. You know, Alabama last season had beat Georgia. Then you go up to Vanderbilt and you lose, and you weren't really ready for it. It was a mid-afternoon game that you just weren't ready for, that you didn't look plugged in for. Well, you're looking at Vanderbilt and Tennessee on Vanderbilt on the 4th and Tennessee on the 18th. Right in between there, you've already got the Vanderbilt and Tennessee game marked as revenge games. Oh, we got to get those back. Well, have you beaten Georgia or played a war with Georgia and then come back home and beaten Vanderbilt in your first revenge game, and then go ahead and stick your eyes ahead 2 weeks to the Tennessee game back at home, thinking, oh, Missouri, we beat them 34-0 last year. They're not going to be this. They lost their quarterback. They lost Luther Burton. They lost all kinds of things. New transfer running back Ahmad Hardy looks like he's going to be a stud, but you've lost a lot on Missouri's offense. Are you treating it the same way that you treated Vanderbilt last season, where you don't go up to Missouri? It's an 11 a.m. game. You aren't plugged in. You're already thinking about Tennessee the week after. Are you treating that with its proper respect? There's nothing that Eli Drinkwitz would love more than to beat Alabama and to say, Nana no boo boo, we're Missouri Tigers, let us in the playoffs. I think that is a place that not a lot of people are looking at as a potential trap. So I'll go Georgia. It just is what it is. It's probably got to be number one just because of the quality of the opponent, where it is on the schedule, and being on the road. And South Carolina probably too. Missouri